Hello folks, welcome to my YouTube channel, Watercolor Impressions. This week we're going to take a black and white photograph from back in the day and do a painting from it. Before you go, hit the subscribe button so you guys can get weekly video updates from our channel. And let's get started, guys. It is easier to do a painting from a black and white photograph because it gives the exact value what we are looking for. And we can also manipulate the values a little bit better so that we can show what we are painting. So this photograph was, I don't know the exact year which was taken, but this was taken in Toronto from maybe 1960s or 1950s. And there's exhibition happens every year. It's called Canadian National Exhibition, CNE, where a lot of people came from all across Canada to this place. And you can see in the reference, this reference was, I took this reference from the Instagram of CNE. Let's go to the X and credit to that credit to that Instagram post. And so you could see it is a sunny, really bright scene, because you could see the shadows are not like as bright as it is. But I'm warming up the wash at the bottom of the horizon, so there's a little bit of warmth in it. So I used Cobalt Blue, and at the bottom I used yellow ochre. And it is a little bit challenging when painting with watercolors is going around the negative and positive shapes. This is one of the things as a watercolorist or a beginner we have to be really careful. And I'm pretty sure by looking at it we know like how darker we should go. You can squint your eyes and it will give more darker values. If you squint your eyes, once you put the color, it will give the exact value, so you can match it like back and forth. So you can see on the ground it is in the little bit of mid-gray, so I'm making sure to mid-gray, but at the bottom I kind of did some gradient so that it takes us into the painting. And you could see at the back there's a structure. That's the structure which brings you into the exhibition place in Toronto, and it is quite a lot of really nice architecture, and if you get a chance I recommend going checking it out. So one thing capturing this moment in our painting is we have to simplify, and we also have to try to capture the essence of what we are trying to achieve. So I also paint in an impressionistic style. What I mean by that, when you see this painting from far, it gives a photographic look. So how we can achieve it is through light and shadows. We have to capture the light and shadows, and we have to capture the essence of the scene, like what's there in the picture. So you can see in a quick, confident way, I painted the background, and I also had a little bit of lighter value for the shadows in the background. Even though it looks darker in the photograph, I'm making it lighter so that it goes in distance. I want to create a depth and distance in my painting. So that's one more thing you have to keep in mind while you're painting. So even if you take this photograph, even if you want to paint the value and match the value, you could do that as well. But I'm trying to do it so to push the depth in my painting. So now if you squint your eyes and if you check the reference, you could see it's almost matching the background a little bit closer. But the background is a little bit darker, that structure what I was talking about. But I wouldn't fuss about it, because my painting is all about the person who is in the front, and there's a couple of people in the front, and I want to capture the entire scene. And there's a person who is in the distance, I added him as well. And there's a person behind him, and he's holding something with his arm. You could see in watercolors, one thing I see every time, and sometimes I do that myself too, making the watercolors look dull. So what I mean by that, if you put a wash, even though it looked vibrant, you could see my wash got a little bit dull. So you have to go and glaze over it to get the exact value. And you can also see, I didn't know the exact uniform, but I tried to zap in by looking at Scottish Piper instrument, and I also looked about Canadian Forces, and I grabbed a couple of inspiration from it and added it. I'm not sure this is the exact colors there, but I'm trying to match the value and I'm putting color as I can. And you can see the trees look super dark. So I'm trying to match at the bottom, at the top, I'm trying to have a little bit of gradient. And even the trees, when I blocked it, you can also push distance by as it goes in distance, you could have a lighter value than the darker value. So there you go. I quickly zapped in. I blocked a little bit of darker tone at the bottom, so that enhances light in our painting. And this also able to silhouette our people on the right hand side. It also helps to create that staccato look and really a calligraphy and ink and wash look. But I tried to get away from it. I tried to paint a little bit of realistic when I paint. So it is up to artist preference how you want to achieve it. And I'm also trying to enhance a little bit of light in the foreground tree. And this is some kind of rod he throws in the air, and he catches it. I guess it's kind of like a ceremony which happened back in the days. I don't know what exactly it is, but I want to capture it because it kind of looks like a really nice foreground element. And you can see, even for the figure, I will spend more time on the figure in the foreground than the rest of the figure. As I said, when you paint impressionist style, capturing the main essence is really important than anything else. You can see, even though I block the figures in a quick confident way with a couple of strokes, this will look like a photograph when you see from far as well. And I also noticed that if you see the uniforms the soldiers were wearing, or the musicians who were wearing, it is darker, but like ours looks a little bit lighter. So I have to go and glaze over it again to get the exact value. But in the distance, in the background, I'm not going to do anything because the foreground is the only thing I'm really worried about, and I want to make sure that I capture the value exactly for it. So in reality, what I mean by that, in value study, and the things which are darker comes in foreground, the things which are lighter goes in distance. In colors, the warmer colors comes in the foreground and the cooler colors go in distance. You can also see I glazed over the uniform and just another glaze over to get the little bit of value closer to it. So as soon as we add the shadows, and everything will come alive, you could see as soon as I add the shadows, the figures are anchored on the ground, and it also creates this enhance of lighting and shadows happening in the scene. So if you want to make your painting look realistic, capturing the lighting and the shadows, that will make your painting come alive. There are times I feel that I lost the painting, but I keep going till the end of it, and I try to capture it, and it does come to reality. And you can see I'm adding the wires. I'm also adding it a little bit and not that much. I'm using a little bit of white paint to bring a little bit of highlights I missed. I use white paint really sparingly because it's just to break down the darker shapes in my scene. And you can see I add a couple of highlights in the background. Now it's your turn. Take one of your photograph and let's see what you can come up with. Thanks again for watching this black and white painting tutorial. Please feel free to share your thoughts on the video in the comment section below. If you have any other topics related to watercolors that you would like me to cover, please reach out to me at watercolorimpressions@gmail.com or leave a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for weekly uploads, and share with your fellow artists, friends and family, and good luck with your painting, folks.